আসসালামু আলাইকুম ডিয়ার ভিউয়ার্স, আমি আপনাদের মাঝে আবারও চলে এলাম নতুন আরও একটা ভিডিও নিয়ে। টুডে উই আর গোয়িং টু রিয়াক্ট দ্য ওয়ার্ল্ড লার্জেস্ট ব্রিজ which is 55 kilometers long. This bridge make the history. This is the world longest bridge ever. So let's go. Today we are going to see the this bridge. So let's go. We see.
Hello and welcome to Xinhua Live. I'm La Yuchen with Xinhua News Agency. Here is the west end of the Hong Kong-Zhuhai-Macau Bridge. It's a mega project at the estuary of Pearl River in South China and the longest man-made sea crossing in the world.
Wow,
Today we are going to have a ride on this bridge. I'll tell you some features of this project as well as its significance to this area while we enjoy the magnificent scenery together. But first of all, we've invited Mr. Li Jiang, the Energy Director from the Bridge Authority, to give us a very brief introduction on this bridge. The east to the artificial island we are standing on now in the west. This main bridge structure is 29.6 kilometers long, including a 6.7 km tunnel and a 22.9 km bridge section. The construction of the whole project kicks off in 2009 and completed in this February. So the bridge now is in a simulation operation. This main bridge structure is also the place we're going to have our ride today. We are currently on the artificial island.
Now we are on the main part of the Hong Kong-Zhuhai-Macau Bridge now. The whole project is as long as 55 kilometers and this main structure measures 29.6 kilometers, consisting of a 22.9 km bridge section and a 6.7 km undersea tunnel. I think we should roll down the window and have a glimpse of the South China Sea.
$55 kilometers long. Oh my god.
These twin towers we are passing through are called the sail towers. They're named after the shape, as you can easily tell. Each of the sails is taller than 100 meters. So in sunny days like today, people in downtown Zhuhai and Macau can see this landmark very clearly. It took the engineers 8 years to build this bridge. It's not only because of its size, we can all see how huge it is, but also due to the complexity of this project in terms of engineering as well as coordination. As I mentioned earlier, this place is the estuary of China's second largest waterway in terms of volume, and the nearby cities in the Pearl River Delta are among the busiest ports in the world, so the water area is full of crisscross navigation routes. There are also frequent typhoons, there are also airport height restrictions and high environmental standards. And every single factor here needs to be taken into consideration. In other words, it's an enormous project, but at the same time, its impacts on the environment, on the river flow, navigation, hydrology, etc., all need to be minimized. You can see now we are driving on the right of the carriageway because the main structure of the bridge is in the Chinese mainland. So the authorities in the three cities all agreed to use right-hand traffic on the bridge, and vehicles from Hong Kong and Macau can switch back to left-hand traffic after passing the clearance facilities. Now we've come to another landmark along the bridge, the Dolphin Towers. This water area is home to Chinese white dolphins, so reducing the disturbance on the animals' activities was a serious challenge faced by the constructors of the bridge. These towers were not built here, but prefabricated in a factory on land and then carried to the sea by trucks and ferries and hoisted and installed to this spot by super large cranes. The three towers, each one taller than a 35-story building and weighs more than 2,600 tons, were installed here in only 3 days. But it took the engineers 3.5 years to prepare for the installation. According to recent research, the population of Chinese white dolphins living in the Pearl River estuary is in steady growth during the past 7 years, and that makes all those endeavors worth it, doesn't it? For those who just tuned in, I'm Lai Yuchen with Xinhua News Agency. My colleagues and I are having a ride on the Hong Kong-Zhuhai-Macau Bridge, the longest man-made sea crossing in the world. It took the engineers 8 years to build the bridge, and it is completed in February. Right now, the bridge is in a simulation operation. We've just passed two landmarks along the bridge, the Sail Towers and the Dolphin Towers. And I think we are approaching the middle point of the bridge, and we can see two large steel Chinese knots in front of us. According to recent research, the population of Chinese white dolphins living in the Pearl River estuary is in steady... Well, I think we already have enough background information for the moment. So why don't we have a break when we arrive at the Chinese knot? We are almost at the middle point of the main bridge structure of Hong Kong-Zhuhai-Macau Bridge. Have you noticed something weird here? Because we are some 15 to 20 kilometers away from Zhuhai and Macau and 40 meters under the sea bottom. I'm gonna keep my eyes wide open as this is not something I can see every day. We've just passed two landmarks along the bridge, the Sail Towers and the Dolphin Towers. And I think we are approaching the middle point of the bridge, and we can see two large steel Chinese knots in front of us. Well, I think we already have enough background information for the moment. So why don't we have a break when we arrive at the Chinese knot? So you may be curious about the reason why these crazy engineers are building a tunnel within a bridge and two small artificial islands
very
to
nice
link
bridge,
them together. Wouldn't it
and
be
look at the
easier
bridge.
to
Oh my
build
god,
just one
awesome.
big bridge?
This
Well, yes, it
bridge
would, but in
is
that
awesome.
case, the bridge needs to be
And
super
this is,
huge,
of course,
at
a mega
least
project.
80 meters high, and the bridge towers will rise to more than 200 meters. Why? Because, like I said before, it is crossing one of the busiest shipping lanes in the world, and many 100,000-ton class vessels need to pass through. Besides, just a few kilometers to the northeast is the Hong Kong International Airport, to and from which 1,100 flights are flying every day, so the height of the bridge must be kept under 88 meters to ensure the safety of the airplanes. It seems that going undersea was the only solution. While of course it was a painfully difficult solution, the 6.7 km tunnel is the most challenging part of the whole project in terms of construction. It's the longest and deepest car tunnel in the world. The tunnel is made of 33 huge tubes. Each of them is 180 meters long and weighs 80,000 tons, which is heavier than 320 Airbus
55
A380
kilometers long.
combined.
Oh my God.
These tubes were all prefabricated on land and then installed and connected in the sea. It took the engineers 96 hours to lay the first tube, and many of them couldn't sleep for several consecutive nights. But what we can see now is just this beautiful, seamless undersea tunnel.
I hope you will enjoy the bridge, because this is a really awesome bridge.
Can you imagine that they're all prefabricated on land and installed and connected under the sea? Similar to the tunnel, the whole Hong Kong-Zhuhai-Macau Bridge was pieced together with different parts built in different locations like building blocks. It's the progress of China's equipment manufacturing industry that makes this construction method possible. And at the same time, this project is also the crystallization of the wisdom and experiences of many designers and engineers from different countries around the world. And I want to remind those who just tuned in, I'm Lai Yuchen with Xinhua News Agency. I am having a ride in the longest and deepest car tunnel in the world, which is part of a 55 km sea bridge currently in simulation operation. This bridge links the cities of Hong Kong, Zhuhai and Macau together, slashing the land travel time from 3 hours to only 30 minutes. This mega project will be open to traffic soon on 24-hour basis. Cars and shuttle buses are expected to carry more than 120,000 people to cross the bridge every day in 2030 and boost the bi-directional tourism. This Bay Area is the trade and financial center, manufacturing base, and innovation hub of the country. And with this bridge, the cities, I'm not talking about just Hong Kong, Zhuhai and Macau, but as well as other cities in the Pearl River Delta, are integrating together at a pace even faster than before. If you like this live broadcast, please share it with your friends. I'm Lai Yuchen with Xinhua News Agency. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.